Thanks for tuning in the Toy Amigos YouTube channel. This is Cheney180. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Jada Toys Sdcc Next Level exclusive Evil Ryu. And I got to give a huge shout out to Jada Toys for sending this out to me to take a look at. Very excited. As you guys know, I am a big Street Fighter fan. Dig these new figures. And yeah, let's take a look at this guy because there's some cool stuff going on here. So we've got some paint applications along the body here. The skin tone is a different color from the original Ryu. We've got those cool looking eyes there, which look neat. I really like this the stoic face the most out of them all. We've got the brown gloves there, which look good. Got the lettering here along the belt. Same texturing as Player 1 Ryu. We've got the paint applications along the feet here, which look very nice. Soft bandana here as before. So yeah, definitely like this thing. But let's go ahead and check out the accessories. All right, so Evil Ryu comes with 3 different head sculpts. So we've got the initial one here, the stoic one, which I'd already mentioned that I like a lot. This one looks really cool. And then we get the angry one that we get with the original Player 1 Ryu, which looks nice, repainted in the Evil Ryu colors here. Now I do have to mention my bandana here was stuck when I pulled it out of the package, so just be careful with that. We've got a little issue because it is a soft plastic. We're running into some quality issues on that, but it doesn't ruin it for me. So as you can see, we've got the new paint applications here on the extra head, and then we've got a third head sculpt here. As you can see, this one's a little bit more glossy than the other two for some reason. I don't know why. The other two are a little bit more matte finish, and this one's just a little bit more glossy, as you can see. But the paint applications on it look nice. Dig it. The sculpt looks fairly decent. The nose kind of bugs me a little bit. It's a little bit bigger than like this one, but it's not the end of the world. I do like the expression. You know, he looks like he's being taken over by evil, so that is cool. And then we got soft paint right here as well. As you can see, unfortunately, there's a little bit of paint that got pulled off of mine, and then there's a little bit of paint on the gi right there on the top, if you can see that. But he also comes with quite a few things. He comes with the extra Hadouken hands, as you can see here, painted as well, with the brown and the darker shade of skin tone. And he comes with 2 separate Hadoukens. You've got the purple one here. As you can see, we don't have any hands in there. It's a completely different sculpt from the initial one. So here is the original Hadouken, nice and small. This one's a little bit bigger, a little bit more evil looking, if you will. And then we have the orange one, the fire version, or I don't know the names of these, so you have to forgive me for that. But we've got this one as well, and as you can see, there's no hands in there, but it's a new sculpt as well. So it doesn't share this one or this one. So we do get 2 newly sculpted effect pieces as well. On top of that, you get a stand to hold the effect here. And it's the same stand that came with the Player 1 Ryu. You're going to hear me repeating that a lot because there is some reuse here. But as a convention exclusive, it kind of makes sense. You know, convention exclusives should be repaints or something that like is not a must need. That's what Evil Ryu is perfect for convention exclusives, or like a Shinakuma or whatever. But here we've got the signs from the Ryu level, and these are really cool. They're painted very nicely. You've got like a wash along here a little bit. It's a little bit faint, but you can tell. And this is a hollow kind of plastic right here, as you can see. So this one is solid. and it's got the kanji on the front there, and a stand in it. It places very well, very easily. So if you wanted to put it with your dioramas or whatnot, it's all good. Now, next up, we've got the broken version. So when you throw the character, into the sign in the game, you've got the broken version, and I thought this was really cool. You've got a pretty decent sculpt along here of the broken parts of it, which looks really neat. And as you can see, we could see that wash in there. The sculpt is pretty decent for a, pretty much a prop, if you will. And these pieces connect together. And if you can balance it correctly, let's see if I can do it, it will stand on its own. And you can have it set up like that. So when it did come in the packaging, it had a piece of tape on the back of it to hold it together. But if you just kind of like touch it, it falls apart. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and check out the articulation on the Evil Ryu here. Now, everything is going to be basically the same as the Player 1 Ryu. There is no differences to the sculpt at all. I think the only difference is that he comes with this extra head. So everything that you're familiar with the Player 1 Ryu is going to be the same here. The only difference is I noticed this one's a little bit smoother. The joints aren't as tight as the Player 1 Ryu that I have. But everything runs a little bit smoother. I kind of like the feel of it. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So he can look up about that high, down that far, go side to side like that. Head goes basically wherever you need it to go. Now the arms go up about that high, goes all the way around. We do get a butterfly joint in there, as you can see. You can raise that up and move it back, which is very nice. I do like that. You got a bicep swivel right here. Got a double hinge elbow, swivel and a hinge at the wrist as well. And we've got a joint here and at the waist area to crunch him forward. Now with his gi on, you're not going to be able to get him to move, I guess, as easily as with it off. But he moves back about that far, as you can see. And then you can go side to side. The legs go forward that far, but you can push it because this is a soft plastic kind of like crotch piece. So you can actually get, the leg up really far. And you can even get him to kind of like hold that that pose, if you will. See if I can balance it right on this wobbly diorama. All right, there we go. But you can even keep pushing that. It's gonna get out of the way, so that's really nice. You can go back pretty far too, and then the legs go out that far. You've got a thigh swivel here, double hinge knee. You've got a swivel at the shin in there, a hinge, and an ankle pivot as well. So you can really get this dude into, some killer poses, just like the original one, as you can see. Let's see if we can get him to balance here. Voila! All right. So as you can see, you have the similar articulation, same as Player 1 version, but we've got the Evil Dark variant right here. So let's go ahead and do some comparisons. Real quick, I wanted to mention here, you can remove the gi, as you can see here. The belt comes off. That pig comes out there. You can move the arms back. And you've got him without the top gi. Now, as I was mentioning earlier, you can get a better view of how he can move without the gi, and you get all kinds of range of motion, which is very, very nice. And then it goes back on very easily as well. And it's a nice soft plastic, so it's very pliable, gets out of the way. And you just kind of throw that on. And get the tab right there. And we'll put the belt on, wrap that around, and plug it onto here. And there we go. We're back in business again. back in evil, dark Hado business. All right, so let's do some comparisons here. Here we have the original Ryu and the Sdcc Evil Ryu exclusive. And then we've got Fei Long here from Jada Toys as well. As you can see, the coloring is very different from the Ryu, the original Ryu. So it is a distinct difference, and I do like that a lot. And then here we have the SH Figuarts Ryu. Really wish we would have gotten an evil SH Figuarts Ryu. That would have been cool. And then we have the SH Figuarts Akuma as well. And then we're going to take a trip back in time here. We've got the Soda Street Fighter Evil Ryu. And then we've got the NECA. It's not necessarily officially Street Fighter 4 Evil Ryu, but color change or whatnot. But as you can see, that's how they scale together. This is like night and day right here. This is crazy. It's really neat to see though. And then lastly, we've got the Storm Collectibles Evil Ryu. As you can see, the scales are very different on them. And then here we have a Marvel Legends Cyclops, the new animated version. And then we've got the Medicom Mafex Cyclops as well. And then here we've got the Marvel Legends Psylocke and the Marvel Legends Rogue here. All right, so final thoughts on the Evil Ryu here. I still have the same complaints that I had with the initial Ryu. I really wish we had a toe hinge. That's one thing that I really think this line is missing, is a toe hinge. It would really up the ante on everything. The sticky paint on the soft bandana here is a little bit of an issue. Hopefully they can improve the QC on this moving forward and we don't have this issue, because it is very unfortunate to get this in and then have some of the paint come off of the bandana. The new head sculpt here, I do like it. I've got a couple qualms with it. For some reason the nose seems a little bit big, but it's not a deal breaker for me. I do like the addition of the signs. Those signs can be used for so many different things and it's very, very awesome. I do dig that. I like that we get two new sculpts for the fireballs. You get the orange one and the purple one, which are very, very nice. I like that. You can get reuse out of those down the line. So that is very cool. And it's just a fun repaint for an exclusive. For an event exclusive, it's a fun repaint. As I had mentioned earlier, you've got Shin Akuma, which could be utilized as an event exclusive. I know there's Violent Ken, which could possibly be a potential, exclusive down the road, or maybe even a normal release. And I did want to mention there's a little bit of red on the top here, but it's not, you can't tell unless you're really looking for it. I don't even know if it shows up in the camera on the stoic face here, but I really like the look of the stoic face. I like the addition of the signs, and I'm a Street Fighter mark. I love Street Fighter, so I'm that crazy guy that's like, oh, I want player 2 colors. Like, I own a majority of the player 2 Soda Street Fighter stuff, so anything that they're going to come out with, like, I'm more than happy to hop in. So the coolest thing about this though is you don't have to attend the show to get it. You can get it at their website, the Jada Toys Next Level website. You can pick it up there, so that is very awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Feel free to hit the thumbs up, share with your friends, let them know. Check out the podcast. Tuesdays, Chat Migos Assemble, and Thursdays, They're Not Dolls on the Toy Migos YouTube channel. And check out the Jada Toys Street Fighter Facebook group on Facebook. With all that being said, thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy.